Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What it is, ho? Oh, what's up? Girl, this show messy is no, seriously though, this show is about messier than a bitch. I'm not going to lie, this show is messy. And I'm ready to get into it. So what's good? What's up, MessyMya? It's your girl MessyMya, and I am back again with another video. So today, baby, we're gonna be getting into the recap of Baddies Going Wild. Girl, I'm ready to get into it. Is you ready to get into it? Because I'm ready to get into it. But first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. Girl, it's MessyMya. It's the MessyMya girl. We are lit over here. Just and believe that. And what? And what? And yeah, let's get into the mess. Alright, y'all, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, Bahati and Daisy, like we said, like we seen last episode, chat, was being messy. They came into the room with Teetee and Cupcake. Girl, they want the room. They want the room. They want the bed. Ho, I'm sleeping in here, ho. Our room is not that comfortable. Y'all know, like I said, girl, Daisy is a cute little bit bad child. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So, she too big for the bed. So, she like, bitch, I'm not sleeping in no twin-size bed. You're gonna have to come up off this bed. Well, no, she didn't even really say come up off the bed. She really was just like, ho, we're sharing the bed. But again, Teetee been found that room. Teetee been in that room, ho. So Teetee just like, bitch, if you wanted the bed, why you ain't been come for the bed, ho? You coming for the bed a whole 2 days later. I found this room. This is my room. You're not sleeping in the bed. This is my bed. Okay, so Teetee this is so stupid, but it's funny though. You know what I'm saying? So Teetee is just like, girl, this is my bed. You're not gonna sleep here. Okay, I found this, and that's just what it is. We can run it, but you're not gonna sleep here though. So, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Daisy is trying to lay in the bed, and Teetee is not really moving her off the way, but like trying to block her from getting onto the bed. And like I said in the last episode, baby, I completely understand because, bitch, this is my bed. This is my bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you want to be weird. We just had a conversation last night. Everything been cool. Me and you have not had an issue this entire time. Now you're trying to punk me up out my bed. You know what I'm saying? Because even if Teetee would have been nice, in my opinion, I feel like if Teetee would have been nice, it would have been like, yeah, like, you know, yeah, like, you know, you can come sleep. You would have let her punk you out your bed. So Teetee, like, you know, you're not gonna punk me out my bed, a bed that I've been found this bed. This is my bed. Okay, so I completely understand Teetee. In my opinion, yeah, Daisy would have had to run that too. So like I said, Daisy is trying to get on the bed. Teetee is blocking her from getting on the bed. Teetee's not going for none of that. She's like, baby, this is my bed. Okay, so it gets to the point where Daisy runs up on Teetee and beats Teetee down, bitch. I'm talking about like walked her down, bitch. Like ran up, beat her down to the ground. In my opinion, I say that, in my opinion, this is how I feel about Daisy and Teetee. I feel like Daisy and Teetee are two of the best fighters in the house, hands down. So I feel like it's just so crazy that they're going head up like this. However, Daisy beat this hoe down from off the bed to on the bed to on the ground. Girl, all Teetee was doing was grabbing Daisy's head. Teetee was trying, but baby, she wasn't fucking with Daisy, girl. She wasn't. You know what I'm saying? She got toe up. I'm not going to lie. She did. Teetee got toe up, girl. At this point, Cupcake gives up, and I'm just like, girl, you're scary, until I see her, like, she's like on, what is it, a nebulizer? She's on this breathing machine where they're literally pumping air into her because she's so tired and so short of breath. So I felt bad for calling her scary, but you know, yeah, she just gave up, girl. She's sitting here on the machine. They giving her air. It was a mess. I'm just like, girl, Cupcake is tired. Cupcake is done. Okay, so where are we now? Okay, so Cupcake gives up. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, she's on the breathing machine, and she's literally just like, you know what? We can share bed. How if you was gonna give her the bed, if you were gonna give her the bed anyway, you should have just gave it to her from the beginning. But you know, Cupcake fought for as long as she could fight, and girl, she just gave up, girl. She was done. She said, you know what? I'm not leaving. You're obviously not gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? We keep on fighting. I promise you would have been, girl, I would have been in that bitch if I was a Cupcake, baby. Been in that hoe, breathless hoe. Nothing. Give me some air. Pump me some air, and I'm finna get this hoe again. What do you mean? We're sharing a bed. We're not sharing a bed. We literally just fought back to back to back to back to back to back. We've been into it. Fuck, I look like giving you my bed that I've been in here for. You think you finna come into my room? take my name off the door, put yours on the door, and then take my bed, sharing or not? You really think? Girl, nah. But girl, Teetee was standing on 10. And that's what I respect though. She was standing on 10. She said, you're still not sleeping in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Daisy is still like, baby, I'm still gonna bring my ish up here. I'm still gonna bring it up here. We're gonna sleep together. Teetee's like, no, you're not. Like, we would have been fighting all day. Like, you're not even gonna get past this door. What are we talking about? Like, and Cupcake, like I said, Cupcake just gave up hope. She said, you know what, we can sleep together. Yeah, I'll be damned. I would be damned. Because if that's the case, if you let her sleep with you, first of all, she got her way, so you already look kind of scary. I really don't want to call Cupcake scary because she ran out of breath, and I get it for the asthma girlies and the girls that be short of breath. I'm just saying, like, girl, you might as well. You already let her punk you out your spot on the bed. Not really punk you out your spot, but you know what I'm saying? You swore up and down she wasn't gonna sleep on the bed. Y'all wasn't gonna share a bed. Now y'all share a bed. Girl, you might as well have just got your ish and went down to her room to get your own bed. Like, y'all sharing a queen bed, y'all might as well just sleep in a twin bed. That don't make sense. And that's the same thing with Bahati. Like, Bahati, like, you finna share a queen size bed with this big girl. You might as well just sleep in your twin. Like, it just don't make no sense to me, girl. I'm not gonna lie. Teetee, girl, Teetee was not fucking with Daisy at all. Daisy was tearing her. Girl, tore her up. And then that was it with the whole situation. So girl, now they're sitting at the table and they're addressing their issues. Coco ends up squashing it with Daisy. Yeah, I bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really never had a real issue. Coco, you were being messy. You jumped into Teetee and Bahati's fight when Teetee was already whooping Bahati. You guys jumped on that girl and you got beat up for it. And now your eye is, look at you, like your eye is literally red and you literally look a mess and your eye is hanging to the floor, and now you're apologizing to the girl who did it, when in reality none of this had to happen in the first place. Like, none of it had to happen to Coco. Coco just, girl, you just jump into something that had nothing to do with you, girl. And now you're the only storyline that you did have, now you're squashing it. So it's just like, girl. Anyways, nobody don't want no smoke with Daisy. Let's get into that. The girls don't want no smoke with Daisy. You know what I'm saying? The girls don't want no smoke. Coco squashed her beef with Daisy, even though Daisy got your eye hanging to the floor. You know what I'm saying? Your eye is red. You look a mess. Okay, she beat you up. You know what I'm saying? Well, girl, I'm not going to beat you up because I'm not going to lie. Coco and Daisy's, like, fights were just, I don't know. But, like, Daisy got these girls scared. And I feel like Daisy could run the house if she really wanted to. And I don't want to sound like no child talking about run the house. But I'm just saying, like, baby, like, Daisy got these hoes scared or picky, choosy, or whatever. Like, even Teetee is at the table still directing all of her energy towards Bahati. When Bahati came into the room, she wasn't trying to punk you up out your bed. How come you ain't talking to the bitch that tried to punk you up out your room? This whole Daisy came into your room, tried to punk you up out your room, tried to punk you up out your bed, tried to make you share your bed, even though you guys just talked last night. You guys were cool. Everything was cool. She was being weird. She came into the room being messy. Tried to punk you up out your bed, tried to punk you up out your room, and then what? Now you're not really fazed by her. I'm just confused. But you're taking all your energy and anger that you have towards Daisy and putting it onto Bahati. Bahati came into your room, yes, but she did not direct her energy towards you. Like, you had like, I just feel like, Teetee, you need to focus your energy on Daisy. Like, Daisy is the one who literally beat you up over a bed that you had for 2 days now. Like, there's just no way. Like, mind you, like, I don't know. If I was saying, like, why do you have so much energy towards Bahati? You and Bahati already fought. We already established Bahati can't beat you up. You already beat Bahati up. Okay, cool. Fight the bitch that tried to punk you up out your bed and beat you up for no reason. Literally beat you down to the ground. Beat you down. And put you on the bed, had you on the bed, had you on your back swimming. You couldn't do nothing with her. You ain't even pinch this hoe. But your energy is still directed towards Bahati. And even if she still got an issue with Bahati, okay, mind you, I feel like Teetee is still beefing with Bahati for no reason. But okay, cool. But I'm just saying, if you still got beef with Bahati, I would understand that. Whatever y'all fought multiple times, you might not like her. But even you said you were done fighting her. And you like, girl, like, why are you not trying to direct that energy towards Daisy? That's who you need to be coming for, because she still brought her stuff up to your room even after you told her no. It just don't make no sense to me, in my opinion. It's just like, girl, you're telling Bahati that you need that with her. Girl, go get Daisy. Go get Daisy. Bahati was like, girl, we just talked about it yesterday, whatever. Teetee is like, no, bitch, you apologize. It was a whole back and forth. Bahati was saying Teetee apologized. Teetee was saying that Bahati apologized. And again, it's just like you're directing all this energy towards a girl that you didn't even get into it with today. Why are you not directing your energy to Daisy? The one who was literally trying to bully you about your... it just don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry. It don't make no sense. Like, Bahati wasn't even worried about Teetee when she came into the room. She focused her energy on Cupcake. She didn't say 2 words to Teetee. She didn't say 2 words to Teetee. Girl, please. Girl, please. Anywho... Girl, let's go ahead and get into it. So Shay gets confronted about the auditions thing. Y'all know when Shay first came into the house, Shay was like, oh yeah, like I stood in line and I was at the auditions and y'all sent in tapes and then got on and it's not fair and da. Right. Okay, so this is how I feel about Shay, right? And I said this last episode. I was like, last episode's recap or whatever. I was like, Shay seems so fun. She seems so fun. She's the one that was drunk and having fun and falling off the van and going into the pool and with the Ming Lee. She was lit. I feel like Shay has been lit. Shay has not been boring at all. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like she was lame for trying to pick fights with the girls who didn't go to the auditions. However, aside from that, I feel like she's a fun girl. You know what I'm saying? So with Shay, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see that you got lame tendencies, but she lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cannot deny the fact that Shay is lit. That's how I feel about Shay as of right now. Okay. So Shay gets confronted about the auditions thing. They bring it back up. Okay. Hurricane M says, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were trying to do some humbling, but you're the one that got humbled. Okay. And I agree. I feel like Shay came on real rowdy. And trying to pick fights and trying to check people about, you know what I'm saying, and trying to humble certain people. But baby, you was on the sprinter for about 10 minutes and left with a black eye and got beat up. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just what it was. So, yeah, so Hurricane M clogged her tea a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Then Hurricane M turns to Jaden, and she's still arguing with Jaden, but I'm just so confused. But I'm just like, how many more times are you going to fight with her? How many times are you going to pick with her? Like, we understand it. She did what she did. Her peoples did what she did. You beat her up already. How many times? Like, you know you can beat her up. You beat her up so many times already. Y'all keep... And clearly, she does not have the same energy with you that you have with her. So, and then it's like the night before, she's like, oh, I want to fight you, but I don't want to come across as a bully. I don't want to come across as a... But you're literally coming across as just that, though. You are. Because the girl's minding her business. She didn't say nothing to you. And you're milking it. You already beat her up. You already beat her up how many times? Baby, you don't even know what you're mad about at this point. You already beat her up. You already got that. Okay? I'm just like, girl, she's not even like... You know you're gonna get her. Like, I don't know. I have a soft spot for Jaden. Maybe I got a soft spot for Jaden. I feel like Jaden shouldn't even be on the show. It's like a part of me do feel like she should be on the show because she do be popping it sometimes. But it's like the way that Hurricane, because this is how I feel, right? Hurricane M be trying Jaden. Like, she be trying her. So it's like, okay, you beat her up already. What more do you want? Like, what more do you want? How much more can you milk the situation out? How much more can you drag it? How much more are you going to drag it? But then I'm looking at Jaden like, this hoe is literally talking to you crazy, all types of crazy. She's talking to you crazy. She in your face. She's disrespecting you. She's continuing to disrespect you, and you're letting her do it. You're letting her do it. Baby, get a backbone, get a grip. Get this hoe. What are we talking about? Ooh, I don't like the way Hurricane M be talking to Jaden. I'm sorry, I don't. But Jaden be letting her do it. She be letting her do it. I don't know about Emery. Like I said, I'm trying to give other girls chances, especially because, you know what I'm saying, it's their first time on TV. And and we're not even 5 episodes in. So I don't necessarily dislike anybody. Okay, I'm still trying to fill all the girls out. Obviously, the ugly sides of the girls are gonna come out at first but I'm just like, girl, like Emery is getting on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie, Emery been getting on my nerves since the first episode. She been getting on my nerves. She's irritating, and you can tell Emery is one of those people. Hurricane M, she's one of those people that when she don't like you, she just keep going and going and going and picking and picking and picking, and like she's just not gonna stop. So it's just like, I would've, baby, get up with that hoe every single time she pop her fucking gums. She talk too much. She talk too much for me. Okay, in my opinion. Okay. So, like I said, Hurricane M turns to Jaden and they start arguing. Jaden is complaining that her arm hurts and she doesn't want to fight. So at this point, why are you still talking? Why are you still talking? Why are you still picking? You already beat her up. What more do you want? I don't know. Like, but then, like I said, I'm looking at Jada too. Like, stop acting like a punk ass hoe. Get up. Your arm hurt. Them feet don't hurt. Them legs don't hurt. Is it one arm or is it both arms? Like, I don't know. Like, baby, do something. Do something. Because you let her punk you. You let her talk to you any kind of way. And I'm just not messing with it. So, I was irritated by both Jaden and Hurricane in a way. I'm not going to lie. So, okay, so I feel like Jaden is not going to last long at all. Like, you can tell that it's already getting to her. And I don't know. I just have a soft spot for Jaden. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I really do. But she's acting like a punk. So it's like, bitch, like, it's just like at a certain, it's like I feel bad for you and I feel for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it obviously is getting to her, but it's like, baby, you know what you signed up for. You acting like a punk ass hoe. Get up and get her. Okay? If one arm hurts, baby, I don't know. Baby, you better pull a DJ Sky or a Scotty and kick her. Send her flying. Do something. I'm just saying, like, you keep letting her disrespect you. Like, stop letting her disrespect you. Like, I don't know. Like, I like Jaden though. I'm not going to lie. I do. I like Jaden. But I feel like they're starting to catch on to the fact that she might just be a weak link. And I feel like they're going to continue to play with her. And I feel like they're going to keep picking with her. And I don't think that she's going to last long there. I'm sorry. I don't. She seems sweet though. But girl, they keep messing with her, girl. Okay, so the girls are now playing Never Have I Ever. Bahati said, never have I ever been boring. Messy, girl. Bahati is messy. So Daisy tells Rella G's, Jaden, and Oxy Pearl and somebody else to take a shot because she feels like they're boring. They go back and forth. In my opinion, I don't really feel like Rella G's is boring at all. I feel like ever since she got kind of tagged, she was getting tagged by Bahati and whooped on by Bahati. I feel like she's kind of been in the background a little bit. She has. I'm not going to lie. Like, her on the first day, real hype and stuff, versus now, she's definitely in the background a little bit more. I don't know. But, baby, I don't know, bitch. Like, I wouldn't say she's boring. Oxy Pearl is definitely boring. Ooh, is she boring though? But I feel like we haven't seen enough of them to call them boring. I'm gonna just say in the background. I'm gonna say in the background. I'm gonna say a little makes her boring and in the background because even outside of like the squabbling and stuff like that, like you can still have personality outside of the squabbling. But like some of the girls do not have personality outside of the squabbling. You know who they should have called out? Daisy, you should have called out Gloss Up. No shade, because even like I said, I say it all the time. Y'all make it seem like the girls just be like, oh, you're boring because you're not in the field and in the paint and stuff like that, getting into it and squabbling all the time. No, baby, you can tell when somebody has personality. You can tell when somebody is fading into the background. Baby, Gloss Up said about 5 words this entire time. Okay, ain't really say much, ain't really say nothing, in my opinion. Okay, that's who she should have called on, but I don't know. I don't really want to call anybody boring because, like I said, we're 3 episodes in, but baby, if some of the girls are fading into the background, I don't think that Jaden is boring at all. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think that she's boring. I feel like sometimes she can act like a little punk ass hoe, but I don't think Jaden is boring, in my opinion. I don't. I feel like she's bubbly. I feel like she pop off when she need to pop off. It's just like my only pet peeve with her is she need to toughen up a little bit and stop letting them talk to you like that and stop acting like a punk. Okay, Rella G's, I don't think that she is boring. However, she did fade into the background the last 2 episodes. She really hasn't said much. Oxy Pearl, girl, it's giving a little bit boring. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, so Jaden, Coco, and Teetee recap the whole situation with the room, and Bahati comes up, and mind you, Teetee just said that she needed that from her. Teetee, so Bahati starts talking a little bit, and Teetee's just like, F that. She don't want to, she's itching to fight Bahati, which again is just so crazy, because when Bahati came into the room, she did not direct no energy towards Teetee. She didn't need to, because Jaden was on you. Because Daisy was on you, and Daisy wants you. So like, I don't know. Teetee was tearing Bahati up though, multiple rounds, baby. Bahati didn't want to stop. Like I said, I feel like Bahati got heart. You know what I'm saying? She do the best she can. But Bahati is just no match for Teetee, girl. Just like how Teetee was no match for Daisy. Yeah, like just like how Jaden is no match for Hurricane M. Baby, Bahati is no match for Teetee. Teetee be getting her within the first couple seconds. Bahati don't be pinching her. Bahati barely be getting hit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, they ran it again and again and again and again. I'm not going to lie. Like, oh no. Like, Bahati, I don't like seeing her and Teetee fight, because Teetee just be tearing her out the frame every single time. Okay? So, the girls are in the gym, and Hurricane M, Shay, Daisy, they're also recapping stuff, and Rella walks in, and then I'm saying Rella is confronting Daisy about why she was calling her boring. I thought we was cool. Why you calling me boring? Why you keep saying that? Daisy is standing on the fact that she feels like Rella is boring. So they ended up getting into it. Hands no. So that's what I'm saying. So you are giving boring a little bit, because baby, I feel like the first episode, the very first day, baby, you popped off. You popped off on Bahati for way less, actually. All Bahati said, you know what I'm saying? And I get it, you and Bahati got into it before that, but still, even when you described that situation, how you and Bahati was on a boat or whatever, you still popped her first. And she poured water on you for after you hit her first on the boat, and then you got mad. So again, it's like, I feel like she pops off, and she has popped off on Bahati for so much less. I feel like if Bahati came out the side of her mouth and called Rella G's boring, Rella G's would have popped her. Just like how on the van, on the Sprinter, she popped Bahati for no reason, basically. Snuck her for nothing. But now all of a sudden, you got Daisy right here in your face pulling your card, and she's trying you, and you haven't popped nothing. Y'all just talking back and forth. Y'all not doing nothing. I don't know. A little picky choosy to me. So I don't think Rella G's is boring, but I'm just saying, ho, like, that was your moment. Like, baby, I'll show you boring, because I remember, my memory brings me back to the time on Baddies Midwest, where Scotty, Emma, she came onto the show, first episode, second episode, third episode, whatever. She confronted Scotty. She said, "You're boring. I want to fight. You're boring. What's up?" Scotty said, "Ho, how about this? I'm gonna show you boring, baby. I'm gonna show you." So I feel like it should have been one of those things, but it just wasn't that. Like, and Rella G's, like, I don't know. I don't really respect it, because, like I said, had it been Bahati who would have said that to her, she would probably ran all in Bahati. You know what I'm saying? But now you ain't really doing nothing. I don't know. So they get into it. Baby, words were exchanged, but hands weren't. So let's move on. Baby, Daisy was trying you. You ain't do nothing. Okay? Girl, so Janellis and Cupcake are talking, and Oxy Pearl comes into the room and confronts Cupcake about the whole cancer thing, because Cupcake was like, I found out that she almost had cancer. What did she say? She found out that she's close to cancer, or almost. She said something along those lines, but she wasn't actually diagnosed for it. That's all that matters. She wasn't diagnosed for it, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's going through a hard time right now with her health. That's what we'll say. And she brings up cancer, but she makes it known that she wasn't really diagnosed for cancer. And Oxy Pearl had an issue with it, because she felt like she was using it to manipulate the girls, okay, and trying to play the girls, and they get it. I'm saying they didn't really get into it, but Girl, next scene, girl. This one. Girl, so the next scene in the morning, the girls confront Shay again for being hype and messy at first. So Hurricane, like I said, you can tell when Hurricane M has an issue with somebody, she's not going to let it go. She's going to keep going. And then my thing is that you sitting here, you continuing to pick on this girl and you ain't even beat her up. You're not. Like I said, you can just tell, baby, if she don't like you, baby, she don't like you. Okay, she will pick on you all day long. And Shay is just sitting there smiling and sitting down, and Hurricane M is behind her, popping her shit. Okay, and they end up getting into it. Girl, I'm telling Shay, she can't hear me through the TV screen. Obviously, I'm just like, girl, get up. She popping it. She's popping it. Get up. Like, she just kept sitting down and smiling. Like, anyways, so yeah, so in my opinion, I feel like Hurricane M, she did good the first round. She didn't really whoop Shay, but she did good the first round. And Shay was slinging her and was whooping her and tore her up the second round. That's just how I feel. And it's just like, it's embarrassing for you because you were picking her on her. Like, and like I said, I don't feel bad for Shay because Shay brought it upon herself the moment she opened her mouth and tried to pop her shit about something as stupid as what she was popping it about with the whole auditions things. So I feel like she brought it on herself. You were being messy. Now they're being messy back. Okay. And now they're holding it against you. They're probably not going to let it go. You brought it on yourself. You was trying to be messy. Now look. Okay. So I don't feel bad for Shay. But Hurricane M, it's just like, girl, like, you thought you had you with Jaden, baby. You thought you had you with Jaden. You thought she was going to come in there, continue to pick on that girl, call out her fade, and dog her like you was doing Jaden. Baby, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Yeah, Shay was in there with her, and I said what I said. Girl, for you to get slung, Shay was literally slinging her, like, and literally, and like mopping this girl, and it's just like, you did all that for what? And then you are so bothered after the fight, and Shay was unbothered, dancing, laughing in your face, like, I don't know, girl. So Shay ends up leaving, going to the confessional room with Bahati, and then Hurricane M, being messy, she tells Ming Lee, like, yeah, she was talking about you too. Ming Lee, she don't like what she has to, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, she was one of the celebrity picks. She don't like what she's hearing. Okay, so Gloss Up being messy, girl. This is the most I heard Gloss Up talk this entire time. Being messy. Gloss Up tells Ming Lee, like, yeah, like, you should go ask her if she want to fight, and if she, you know what I'm saying? So Ming Lee is, girl, burning energy, short of breath, looking for this girl all over the house. And honestly, do y'all remember back on BGC 4 where Portia was looking for Natalie after Natalie spoke on her child and spoke on her motherhood and stuff like that? So yeah, so it reminded me of that. Like, she was looking all up and through the house for this girl, and this girl's nowhere to be found. She finally finds her. Gloss Up is right behind her. Gloss Up is telling her, like, I will take that fade for you. I don't know why this confused me. Girl, you haven't said 2 words this entire time. Shay came at you already, and she told you how she felt. Kind of caught the plea a little bit towards the beginning because, you know what I'm saying, like, Gloss Up was like, so do you feel away because because I'm a celebrity pick? And then Shay was like, oh yeah, well, I know you. Well, still, you still feel away about the celebrity picks and about the girls who did not come to the auditions. So I feel like Gloss Up should have been got her, but I just don't understand. Shay ain't said 2 words to Gloss Up this entire time, and now Gloss Up wants to take face for Ming Lee. I don't know. I felt like it was weird. I felt like it was stupid. But girl, Gloss Up tore her up though. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I feel like Shay brought this on herself, but I do like Shay though, I'm not gonna lie. She was weird. She was being weird. But even last episode, I said she seems like a very lit girl. She seems fun. She has a lot of personality. She seems like, you know what I'm saying? But I just didn't care for her being messy and trying to pick on the girls who didn't come to the auditions. However, what she's getting now, she definitely brought it upon herself. But I don't know. Gloss Up, you know what I'm saying? She ran that with her and she won. You know what I'm saying? She was tagging her up. How do y'all feel about Gloss Up doing what she did to Shay? Like, y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel. I don't know. We gonna get a live. We gonna talk about it. We gonna pop it. So that's what I got for y'all today.